Wondering what direction to take your holistic business this year? Things are up, they're down, they're in, they're out. It can be really confusing. I'm Jaya Savannah, Holistic Business Coach. I'm going to point you in the direction of some opportunities and trends that I think are going to be hot this year. First, let me clarify about what I mean by a trend or an opportunity and how do you spot them. Staying on top of trends is pretty easy. Just take a look around you at what's getting buzz in the media. That work is already done for you with the big budgets. Your job is just to stay current and tag along with the trend. Now, before you go there, let me tell you, you don't have to agree with the trend to tag along on it. Sometimes contrarian positions are just as interesting or maybe more so. New opportunities present themselves when you find that there's a change in demographic, such as new people coming in to buy your products or changes with the existing demographic. So that might be where a population is aging, but it also might be changes that are affecting the way your current customers think and the way that they shop. So pay attention to the things that are affecting them and see how you can adjust what you do to serve them better. Okay. Big trend in America right now. The U.S. healthcare reform changes. Those are rolling in, and I think you're going to see a lot of things really shaken up. Couple opportunities for alternative healthcare providers this year. One of them has to do with quality of care. We've got a lot more people with insurance coverage now, and I think people are going to look at that as their catastrophic care. But what about your little small office visits for the little things that come up in one's health? Those regular medical clinics are going to be crowded, the wait times are going to be terrible, and a lot of people's clinics are dropping their insurance plans. People are going to be having to shop not just for new insurance anymore, but for new providers. If your clinic can differentiate itself by offering awesome care, people might be willing to pay cash out of pocket for that or switch their insurance enrollment to you. So take a look at how you can easily stand out above your competition in Western medicine. Another great opportunity related to the U.S. healthcare reform is that now insurance companies are required to provide mental health care. And that's great. A lot of people really need that. But what I think your opportunity lies in this. A lot of people that previously could not really have the financial choice to go on antidepressant medication are going to be revisiting that decision this year. And they may not just go running straight to the prescriptions. Some people are going to really be weighing in. What's the difference between alternative health medicine for that and actual meds? I think if you've got products or services that are relatable to natural cures for depression, this is your year to really promote that stuff. I think you've got a whole new market opportunity coming in. Okay. Financial recovery. I know, what recovery? It's going slow, but there are signs of life out there. Hopefully you're feeling a little bit better. Well, I'll tell you what's happening with your customers. The ones that are back at gainful employment are working twice as hard, sometimes for less money. They're stressed out. They're relieved to not be in the thick of the depression, but they really need help with their stress management this year. You want to focus on promoting your stress reduction services, and you want to do it in a way that puts it on autopilot for people. This is not the year to launch a really time-intensive program where someone's got to take a bunch of supplements and follow a regime that doesn't allow them to work. This is the year where you want to make it natural, healthy, easy, and most importantly, automated. Take a look at what's happening with some of the big massage chains. They're promoting the once-a-month massage. That trend is going to continue because people want their wellness, but they need to have it practical, easy, and affordable. So focus there. Guess who's growing up? Generation X. Generation X is now coming into their prime. Generation X are people that were born between 1965 and 1982. And they're reaching the ages between 32 and 49 years old. So you've got a couple built-in markets there. One of them is that the oldest of the Generation X are crossing over into 50 this year. And you also have the up-and-comers in their 30s and 40s. Now, how do you market to the Generation X? It's a lot different than to the boomer market. Generation X likes to be hip, innovative, different. They're not afraid to try new things. So if you have a program or a service that is a little bit out there on the edge, you're pioneering something, they're going to think that's super cool. They'll try it. They're not afraid of risk. So you can innovate this year and capture those Gen X people's interest. Now, when it comes to beauty and Gen X, you want to think more natural looking stuff. Gen X doesn't want to look like their grandmothers. They don't want to be overly done. They want to have a look that's hip, vibrant, doesn't look like they're trying, although there's going to be a little bit of work going on behind the scenes. Another market within a market is Gen X men. Now, Gen X men and baby boomer men are like night and day. Gen X men invented the word metrosexual. They are more open-minded. They're not afraid of spa. They're not afraid of products, fashion, or hair. If anything, they like to be trend setters. So go ahead and appeal to those men this year. I think people have been talking about the men's market for a while, but I think now is where you're really going to start to see it actually come to fruition. Another distinction between Generation X and the baby boomers is that Gen X is not having a lot of kids, or they have their kids later in life. A real up-and-coming market is the 40-something moms. There's a lot of women like me that put their careers first and only decided to have kids later. They don't feel that they fit in with some of the marketing that's done to moms in their 20s. Reach out to that. It's untapped, and they're really interested in healthcare and how to take care of those families. Conversely, a lot of Gen X couples don't have kids. So do keep in mind that if your focus is really family-oriented, you might not be speaking so much to those childless Gen X couples. So strike a balance there. Depends a little bit on your services, but keep that in mind. It's a lot different than the boomer nuclear family. No discussion on trends would be complete with talking about beauty and fashion. Some of the trends that I think are still going to be white hot this year are faux naturel, but also kind of an edgy look. So take a look at what I mean by faux naturel. So that's good, healthy skin, more of a glow this year, more dewiness in the foundations, less matte, but also enhancements, subtle enhancements like eyelashes, extensions, maybe even permanent makeup. Some changes that look natural, can't tell they're overdone, keep it easy on the Botox, injectables, fillers, those things all good, gonna be hot sellers still. People just don't wanna look overdone. Now, rock and roll. Don't forget, you got a Gen X market here. They don't want to look like grandma. So give them some alternative looks. Whether you're doing hair or makeup, the heavy eyeliners coming back, kind of rock and roll hairdos coming in. They may have that faux naturel look Monday through Friday at their job, but on the weekend, they still want to feel hip and cool. And if you give them something that looks boring and stodgy, you'll find they'll find another practitioner who's a little more fun. So you can have some fun too. Rock it out a little bit. Okay, there's one fashion trend that I see is coming in. It looks inevitable, and God help us all, crop tops are back. So what does that mean for you? Well, if you're in the fitness business or any kind of alternative health dieting programs, this is your year to launch it because those tummies are coming out from undercover. Yeah! I want to hear what you think is going to be hot this year. Jump on into the conversation by commenting on this video and share it with your colleagues. Want more? Visit my website, jayasavannah.com. Be sure to sign up for a free membership to Inspirational Business, and that way you'll get all my best stuff delivered by email. Look forward to seeing you soon.